we've missed the first 2 goals that I scored due to connection problems. We've got some really terrible weather conditions over here today. Apologies for the lack of video quality. What I'll do is I'll show highlights of the goals that we scored. A couple of decent goals. One was from Gareth Barry, and for the life of me, because of the connection problems, I didn't actually know who scored the second goal. It could have been Delafeu, but as you can see, we're running through. Lukaku wants to cut inside. Oh, it's 3-0. Absolutely brilliant goal there. You can see he's wrapped his left foot around that, right into the far corner. Absolutely stunning finish there for Lukaku. He's got like a potential of 90, so I'm expecting special things from that guy this season. I think in real life, Ronald Koeman says that he could play for Barcelona. I don't know if I've got that far in terms of how good Lukaku is, but he's certainly a very, very, very talented football player. Right, Real Betis gets the game started once again. Trying to close down quickly. I made a really bad mistake there with Seamus Coleman. And it's a good save from Stekelenburg. Wasn't singing his praises before, but he has just produced a really, really good save. Right, that wasn't too difficult to defend. And here comes Lukaku. Oh, is that a foul? No, it's not. Okay. Sorted the sound out. I got a copyright against me for some of the background noises from FIFA, which is understandable, really. You know, I've not paid for the songs, I'm not allowed to use them. So I've found some background music that isn't copyrighted, that we were going to use for some background noises. My girlfriend Jess, she will post videos on this channel. They've only been at it a couple of days. Most of the content has been down to me just recording and having a look. She's been very busy this weekend, so we're going to try and get as much content out as we can. So I've posted 4 videos on already, trying to get everything out there as soon as we can. Try and build the profile of the channel up relatively quickly. Something that we've wanted to do for a while. We just haven't got around to it really due to work commitments. But anyway, enough of that. Our time, it is 3-0. Lukaku is injured, so I'm not sure if we should really take him off. I think we might do bring Enner Valencia on, trying not to make his injury worse. Bolassi's coming off as well. I'm going to leave Gay on for a while. Cleverly could come on at some point in the second half. Let's get the second half started now. But 3-0 in the first match. I didn't even expect a result as good as this. It looks like Everton are going to be a pretty good team to use. They've got a lot of pace, and with Lukaku up front, barring his injury isn't too serious, could have a really, really big season for us. I don't want him to be injured because I really don't want to be using my transfer budget on getting a striker for the short term to kind of cover him. I think eventually we will need a striker at the club, because Enner Valencia, I think he's only on loan anyway. But if we do well in the season, we should get a relatively decent transfer budget for the season after terrible pass. I didn't even want it to be passed to him, but that's a brilliant effort there from Real Betis. They were unlucky that I hit the bar. So not concentrating completely, and here we go. Get the passing moving through the midfield. McCarthy, underrated player on this game, really. McCarthy, I reckon, is a lot better than what his rating says. He's a real solid midfielder for Everton in real life. Oh, that's a bad pass there from Enner Valencia. Yeah, but I don't really. If Lukaku's injured, Enner Valencia's not really good enough to really lead the front line. If he was good enough, he won't be at Everton, he'd be still at West Ham. And here we go now. Valencia. Just by my luck that Valencia would score in this match as well. Ross Barkley's making some decent runs. Really ideally wanting to stay a little bit in the midfield and not run up to cover the strikers' positions, but I don't think you can actually do anything with that in the game to stop that from happening. Oh, that's unlucky there from Barkley. He still gets to Delafeu, but you know, wanted the first pass round that we wanted to get to him. Everton, we're passing the ball around nicely here. Here we go to Morales. Can he get the ball? He does get the ball in. Oh, well, that was unlucky. We got a corner out of it, which is decent enough. Leighton Baines to deliver. Oh, he actually wins the header as well. Surprised to see as though he was a little bit short. Oh, it's a good ball into the centre as well. Header Valencia just couldn't finish it off. Was it Header Valencia or Ross? I think it was Ross Barkley actually that couldn't finish it off. But still, promising signs from some of the players that are going to play. Delafeu is definitely a big player. Ross Barkley is going to be one of our big players. The centre back Ashley Williams will probably play with Phil Jones once we get him in. Here we go. But yeah, it's promising signs. Morales, you know, again, I think his rating is a little bit underrated in this game. He could have at least have been maybe 82 or an 83, but I don't think he's that bad to get an 81 really. Here we go. Here goes Barkley. What can he do? Brilliant ball out to Delafeu. It was a bit of a pass and hope, that one. I didn't expect that one to actually go through to him. And then Header Valencia can't find the pass through to Morales. So it's again positive signs. We're winning the ball back quite comfortably. Here comes Ross Barkley. Is that a free kick? Nope. To be fair, the referee's not really giving much in this match in terms of free kicks. I think I've committed a few fouls in this match which probably should have been free kicks and they weren't. But yeah, it's a really good start to the season. First friendly match is come very positive signs out of it. Here comes Delafeu. Oh, and 4-0. Was that Idrissa Gana Gueye that scored that? I think it is. Brilliant goal. I'm going to bring him off now actually for Tom Cleverley. He seems to be a bit knackered, so Tom Cleverley coming on, maybe Aaron Lennon as well will come on, and I'm thinking just give Funes Mori a little bit of a run into the team as well. But yeah, really positive start to the season. After this match is finished, I'm going to see if the Phil Jones deal has gone through, if he's going to accept the contract, and we're going to check if we get any sort of word from Wolfsburg around the £27 million offer, and also a bit of a word from Stoke about Jack Butland. They're the three main players that I want this season. Even though Leighton Baines is still a good player for now, I think Ricardo Rodriguez would be the optimal choice for the future, because he's, like I say, I think he's only about 23 years old, so he'll be a very good signing. Here we go, good pass by Cleverley, good interplay from Lennon, brilliant pass. Here comes Aaron Lennon. Nah, there was no one in there to get the cross to. Ooh. Here we go, out here again. Space here as well. From Morales. Oh. Decent effort there for Morales. They're playing short, and I don't think they wanted to do that with the team that I've got out with in terms of them closing down. Good pass out to Header Valencia, keeps himself onside quite well there as well. He just can't keep hold of the ball. And we get a late corner. 4-0 against Real Betis. Obviously, Real Betis are not the greatest of opposition from Spain, but I think that's the quality of obviously the pre-season friendlies that Everton can acquire. I think we went for the top marker. I don't know why Stecklenberg's doing that. He could have used a bit more composure to pass it out, but again. So we're looking at different goalkeepers, but that is the match finished. Absolutely brilliant 4-0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the highlights just to show you the first two goals that we scored. Like I say, we had connection problems. I think this was the Gareth Barry header. It was a really good finish. The second goal surprised me a little bit because with the connection problems I couldn't even see what I was doing. I think Balassi ripped a few players, so he ran into the box. And who was it that scored? It was Leighton Baines that scored. So yeah, they were the first two goals that we scored. You obviously saw the last two goals that I scored. Let's get away from this match and then hopefully push towards the Phil Jones deal and updates for Jack Butland and Ricardo Rodriguez. Real Sociedad beating Leon 2-1, that's a bit of a surprise. Lazio losing to Chievo, that's a real surprise as well. Right, so we've got a couple of... Oh, there we go, they've offered 25 million for Ricardo Rodriguez. I think we've offered more, we've offered like 20, we've offered 27, haven't we? They have for 27, so if they accept 25, it'd be stupid for them, really. But Romelu Lukaku out for 3 weeks with a sprained ankle, which is a bit of a shame. We'll probably miss the rest of the pre-season, but he should be alright for the start of the season. Unaccepted, they want 38 million for Jack Bolton. That's a bit of a joke, really. 24 million we'll give them. See if we can push that deal through. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough of a budget for all of these. Here we go, Phil Jones. Right, so we've got Phil Jones in just before our next pre-season friendly. Offer transfer unacceptable. They want they've dropped it, I think, to 34 million. Right, for whatever reason, it won't let me make another bid, so we might actually need to sack off the Ricardo Rodriguez deal. I will do some research on a left back for the next episode. If anybody does come across this video, leave a comment in the below to let me know what left backs are decent to pick up in this game. We brought Phil Jones in. He's going to be partnering Ashley Williams at centre back. I'm going to put him into the team before we go into the next match. And Finners Murray comes out, Jagielka on the bench. Good solid centre back signing. I think he goes up to around the 83-84 mark anyway as potential, but we're off and running with the Everton season. Again, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do come across it and you do enjoy it, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel for future updates on an Everton Career Mode and other lots of content.